Welcome to Sports Night in Auburn. I'm Brendan McLaughlin.
And I'm Mackenzie Collins. Tonight we have recaps of baseball and softball series from the weekend, details on the Equestrians Championship run, and information on A-Day. Auburn baseball traveled to Georgia Tech last night for a non-conference matchup, and they picked up their third straight win against the Yellow Jackets in Rush Chandler Stadium, defeating them 7-3. Auburn held number 20 Georgia Tech to just 4 hits, 3 of which were infield singles. Head coach Butch Thompson said it was a much-needed win for us. Trace Bright started on the mound and pitched 4 innings, allowing 2 runs and 1 walk. Auburn got an early lead with a 2-run home run from Bryson Ware in the top of the second, and Auburn added another run the same inning with a Ryan Bliss 2-out RBI single. The Yellow Jackets cut the lead to 1 in the 4th, but Auburn got both runs back as Stephen Williams slugged a 2-run home run in the 6th. Williams stayed hot at the plate and added a 2-run double in the 8th to make it a 7-2 game. Georgia Tech scored 1 more in the bottom of the 8th, but the Auburn pitching corps was able to hold them off to secure the 7-3 win. Auburn continues SEC play this weekend with a trip to Tuscaloosa for a 3-game series Thursday through Saturday.
Auburn softball hosted Alabama State for a midweek non-conference matchup and came home with a 5-0 shutout win. Auburn had 7 hits in the contest, including 2 for extra bases. Kelsey Schmidt and Abby Tassir both put up multi-hit efforts at the plate and combined for 4 of Auburn's 7 hits. Lindsey Garcia hit her 3rd home run of the season and her 2nd in the last 2 games. Maddie Penta started on the mound and earned the win, holding the Lady Hornets to just 2 hits during her 6 innings of work. She issued just 1 walk and had her 3rd double-digit strikeout game of the season, totaling 11 strikeouts. She's 10 strikeouts away from being Auburn's 6th freshman in program history to record 100 strikeouts in a season. KK Dismukes pitched the final inning and issued 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. The Tigers have a quick turnaround as they compete Wednesday for another non-conference game against Georgia State tonight.
Auburn baseball continues to struggle in SEC play as they failed in Mississippi State in all 3 games over the weekend in Plainsman Park. In Game 1 Friday, the Tigers battled from behind and produced a 3-run 7th inning to tie the game at 5, but errors from the Tigers allowed Mississippi State to score in the 8th to take the 6-5 lead. Second baseman Brody Moore dropped a high fly ball that got lost in the light and resulted in a double for the Bulldogs. A few pitches later, a wild pitch by Carson Skipper allowed Tanner Leggett to score. Despite the loss, Auburn still found some success at the plate, totaling 7 hits and home runs from Bryson Ware and Rankin Moley. Cody Greenhill started on the mound for Auburn and gave up 4 runs off 5 hits and allowed 2 Bulldog home runs. Richard Fitz relieved Greenhill in the 7th and gave up a run, and Carson Skipper's wild pitch scored the go-ahead run in the 8th. The pitching corps totaled 9 strikeouts compared to Mississippi State's 12.
The Tigers looked to even the series Saturday, but a strong performance from Mississippi State starting pitcher Will Bednar shut the Tigers down offensively. Bednar pitched 7 innings and had 7 strikeouts with no walks. Jack Owen was on the mound for the Tigers and pitched just 3 2/3 innings and allowed 6 runs off 9 hits. The teams battled at the beginning of the matchup, with Mississippi State scoring in the 1st, then Cam Hill responding with a home run in the bottom of the 2nd. The Bulldogs responded soon after with a 2-run home run by Cameron James to take the 3-1 lead. After that, Auburn was unable to get anything done offensively as Bednar retired 12 straight Tigers while Mississippi State's Tanner Allen hit a 3-run home run to extend their lead even more. Auburn was unable to battle back and ultimately fell 7-2.
On Sunday, the Tigers suffered a 19-10 loss and were swept by the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Mississippi State jumped out to an early lead, scoring 10 runs in the top of the 1st. They scored the 10 runs on 7 singles, a triple, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. Joseph Gonzalez was on the mound for the Tigers and didn't even make it through the 1st as he allowed 9 runs. Auburn tried to battle back and scored 10 runs on 11 hits, but Mississippi State did not stop scoring and ended up racking 19 runs by the time the game ended. Ryan Bliss and Bryson Ware both hit 2 home runs, and Kason Howell added a solo home run. Head coach Butch Thompson said, "This is just one of those moments you just empty it out and hopefully get to a point of understanding of what we actually have to continue to do to move forward and the adjustments in what the game has taught us."
Auburn softball earned their first SEC series win of the weekend, beating Texas A&M in 2 of the 3 matchups. The Tiger offense finally got rolling in Game 1 on Friday, as Auburn had 9 hits and won 6-2 at Davis Diamond. Alyssa Rivera got Auburn on the board with a 2-run double in the 1st. Michaela Packer was then hit by a pitch with the bases loaded, and Auburn took a 3-2 lead. Freshman Shelby Lowe was on the mound and pitched the whole game. Lowe held the Aggies hitless until the 6th inning until Bree Warren hit a 2-run home run. Michaela Packer led the way at the plate, going 3 for 3, scoring a run and stealing a base. She also picked up 2 RBIs. The Tigers added 3 insurance runs in the 7th to get the 6-2 win.
Texas A&M evened the series on Saturday with a 4-1 win. Auburn had just 3 hits and scored one run off of McKenna Dowell RBI in the 5th. Maddie Penta earned the start and went 3 1/3 innings. She allowed 3 runs off 5 hits and 3 walks. One of the 3 runs she was charged was unearned. The freshman also struck out 3 in the outing. KK Dismukes and Lexi Hanley had strong relief appearances for the Tigers. Dismukes tossed 1 2/3 innings, allowing 1 unearned run off 2 hits and a walk. Hanley allowed just 1 hit in her inning of work and struck out a pair. Head coach Mickey Dean said, "We didn't execute in any of the 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, and pitching. Our pitching allowed the leadoff runner on 50% of the time. Our defense didn't make the routine plays. We were giving the pitcher both sides of the plate. She was throwing first pitch strikes, and we never swung."
Auburn claimed the series win Sunday with a comeback win at Davis Diamond. The Aggies struck first and got on the board with a 1-0 lead, but dominant pitching by Shelby Lowe held them to just 1 run, while Auburn went on to score 3 to win. Justice Perry put up a 2-for-2 performance at the plate with a double and a run scored. Lindsey Garcia knocked her 2nd home run of the season to tie the game at 1. Shelby Lowe gave up just 1 walk and struck out 5 in Sunday's outing. She has now improved to 10-3 on her freshman season. Mickey Dean said, "Today, we had some nice timely hits. We made them make adjustments, and that opened some things up for us. We were able to take advantage." The series win was the first in conference play for the Tigers, as they are now 3-9 in conference play and 21-12 overall. When we come back, we will take a look at details on Auburn's spring football game, information on Auburn women's basketball's new assistant coach, and more. Keep it right here. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn.
Auburn's annual spring game is this Saturday in Jordan-Hare Stadium. A-Day will begin at 1 p.m. and will be streamed on the ESPN app. A-Day will end spring practice and will be the first opportunity for fans to see the new team under new coach Brian Harsin. Tickets are $10 and can be bought online. Tickets will be physically distanced and in pods of 2 or 4. Jordan-Hare will be capped at 40%. Sections 14 to 21 and 99 to 114 will be closed, but the remaining sections will be open. Attendees are required to wear face coverings while entering and exiting in public spaces and in lines. Student tickets will be free with a valid Ignited card to current Auburn students, and seating will be general admission in sections 22 to 37. Students will enter through the normal student section gates of 6 to 8.
Katara Chappell has joined the Auburn women's basketball staff as an assistant coach, Auburn head coach Johnny Harris announced Tuesday. Chappell spent last season at Texas after a 6-year playing and coaching career at Mississippi State. Chappell spent the 2020-21 season as the coordinator of player development at Texas with Harris on the Longhorn staff. Chappell said, "I'm very excited to be here at Auburn and back in the SEC. This conference is where I started my college career, and with that, I believe I will have instant credibility with the team. I know what it takes to win at this level and to play in the toughest conference in the country." She was a 4-time SEC Academic Honor Roll selection and was part of 111 victories in her 4 seasons in Starkville. During that time, she appeared in 142 games and started 61 contests, averaging 4.1 points and 2.8 rebounds per contest.
Riding a 4-match winning streak, Auburn heads into its regular season finale against Virginia Tech with NCAA tournament implications on the line. The matchup is set for Saturday, April 17th in Greenwood, South Carolina. The NCAA tournament is set to begin April 23rd and will last until May 17th.
The track and field program brought home 6 event wins, collected 38 personal bests, and notched 2 school records over the weekend. All-American Joyce Camelli made her outdoor debut and broke the school record in the women's 1500 meter at the Joe Walker Invitational. In her first collegiate 1500 meter, Camelli crossed in 4 minutes, 13.15 seconds to break teammate Presley Weems' time of 4 minutes, 14.35 seconds just a week prior at the Florida Relays. Camelli's finished second in the race while posting the nation's number 4 time. At the Tennessee Relays, freshman Kyle Brown broke the school freshman record in the men's hammer throw with a personal best toss of 66.14 meters while recording his first ever collegiate outdoor win. Indoor All-SEC performer James Corson won the men's pole vault while clearing a new outdoor best, making him the number 2 performer all time at Auburn in the event. His clearance was the best outdoor mark by an Auburn vaulter in 21 years. Auburn is back home this weekend, where they will host the War Eagle Invitational April 16th and 17th at Hutzel-Rosen Track.
The number 1 ranked equestrian team will head to Waco, Texas for the 2021 NCEA Championships, which will be held April 15th through 17th at the Extraco Event Center. Auburn looks to capture its 7th national title and its 3rd straight, opening up the 3-day meet against number 8 seed Baylor Thursday. The number 1 Auburn equestrian team won 7 SEC Rider of the Year awards, and 14 Tigers were honored by the SEC for their performances this season. In addition, Williams was selected as the Coach of the Year for the 3rd straight season. Under his coaching, Auburn won their 3rd consecutive SEC championship in March and have extended their winning streak to 42 meets. Senior Taylor St. Jock was named Fences Rider of the Year, as well as Flat Rider of the Year. Her Flat Rider of the Year honor is her 3rd straight of her career. She was also a first-team All-American in both events. When we come back, we will review this week in Auburn athletics. Keep it right here. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn.
The weekend in Auburn sports kicks off Thursday night as Auburn baseball travels to Tuscaloosa for an in-state SEC matchup against Alabama. First pitch is set for 6 p.m. That game will be shown on SEC Network. On Friday, softball hosts Kentucky for Game 1 of a 3-game series at J&B Moore Field. That matchup will begin at 5 p.m. Shortly after that, baseball will play Game 2 of their series against the Tide at 6 p.m.
Action kicks off Saturday at 11 a.m. with Game 2 of softball's matchup against Kentucky. A-Day and Jordan Hare will kick off at 1 p.m. with gates opening at 11 a.m. for fans to enter early and view warm-ups. Soccer will end their regular season at 1:30 against Virginia Tech, and baseball's final game against Alabama will be at 4 p.m. On Sunday, softball plays the only game of the day, with their series finale against Kentucky being at 1 p.m. That's all we have for you tonight, but for more Auburn sports, follow our Twitter at EETV_sports and check out our website, eagleeyeauburn.com. I'm Mackenzie Collins.
And I'm Brendan McLaughlin. Good night and War Eagle.